Hi ladies, it's Muriel. I'm here today with a project share. I wanted to show you these lollipop flowers that I've been making. You're probably familiar with these. They're made with like a silk fabric, and you cut out the circles, you singe the edge, you get some feathers and some sequins and put it all together. So I've made several. As you know, I had some satin fabric that my girlfriend had given to me. She had given me several colors, and I thought, what could I do with it? And these flowers came to mind. There was some burgundy, there was some black, and there was this beautiful orange. And she had used these for this fabric for homecoming dresses and whatnot for her daughters. So it was only appropriate that I use them to make myself a bit of these flowers. So I thought I would show you how I did them. So I'm just going to push these over to the side. These were really fun. They didn't take long. Actually, I did a lot of the prep work during my lunch hour at work. So I made it easy when I got home to just put them together. So what you're going to need, again, is some type of silk fabric. You're going to need a piece of sequins. You're going to need a chipboard piece for your backing, and of course I always label my items that I make somehow. A piece of this is lace. I just cut out a circle of the lace. You're going to need some feathers, a candle, or your barbecue lighter, which I am more successful with the candle, so I chose to use that. So to begin, you need to cut out some of the circles with your circle die, and I use the Sizzix die. And what you're going to need to do is cut out 2 of each shape, with the exception of the small one. The small one, you just want to cut out 1. So 2, 2, 2, and 1. Okay? And you want to begin to singe the edges of the fabric, because you know that silk tends to fray. The edges will fray, so we want to stop that process by singeing the edges. So I am going to go ahead and light my candle here. I just had a fun time making these. See here. So what you want to do is just lightly touch the flames around the edge so that it will stop that process. So I'm just going to hit it like this, really quick, really fast, because it wants to burn, and I just want to put a little darkness on it because it adds really to the look of the flower. Now for your first one, this will be your base. We just want it singed. We don't want it to curl too much, because we're going to leave the rest of that curling for the other ones to do. So you can kind of see there, it's just slightly dark around the edges. So I think that's pretty good there. So that's your base piece. And I went ahead and did the others just for time's sake, but you can see, let's blow this out so we don't have any accidents up in here. You can see the other ones, how they have curled up. That little one is curled. It has a little char, like I like to call it. See, so they just naturally want to curl. And what happens is they begin to nestle within each other. Okay, so here's your base, and here's your other ones that you have singed. So they're all together. Okay, so what we want to do is get our chipboard piece, get your hot glue gun, and you just want to put a dab of glue in the center, because that's where you're going to lay your first layer of the the trim. And be careful because the glue is hot, as you know. Okay, so that's your first piece there. Excuse me. Then from your base piece here, you're going to begin layering your feathers and your sequence trim. So I think I'm going to use these two pieces here. And again, I'm going to hit it with the hot glue gun. Just a small sliver of glue. And I'm going to lay my feather like so. Okay, my next piece, I'm just going to put some glue on top of that feather and just lay it right on top so that it sticks out. So there you have it. Okay, now let's begin to put our lollipop flowers together. And that's just basically lining up your petals so that you make sure things go in order. Okay, so your first piece here, you're just going to, and it gets really spidery, so be careful. So you want to hit it with the glue gun, just a dab. And you want to lay that first piece down. And you're just going to keep going, little bit of glue, and start to layer. And you try to keep them centered so that you will begin to form that lollipop look. And some more glue. It's just so spidery in here. Oh my goodness. Webby, not spidery, webby. And we're going to lay that one there. And you just keep going until all of them are in the center. Then the next piece here. And you can see it's starting to take its shape. And as you go, you can kind of take off the webs. Okay. And then your last piece, once again in the center, will be the smallest one. Just get that right in there like so. And what makes these unique is each one will have a different look to them, a different shape to them, but the process would still be the same. Okay, so now you also need to have some type of center for your flower, and I just chose to use this black flat back pearl. You can use whatever. I just happen to have several of those, so I am going to again put a small amount of glue in the center and then lay my pearl down. And be careful when you press, because you don't want it oozing out on the side. Okay, give it a minute to set itself up and then maybe press it down. There you go. Okay, so now you have your two pieces here that you want to marry together. Then you have your sequence. We want to get that on as well. So we're just going to lay some glue down again. Make sure I'm in frame here. Lay that sequence down. And then form that circle on the side. That half circle, excuse me. Okay, let's lay that on there like so. And I like to give everything a minute to set up once you use that hot glue. Okay, let's set you down here. Okay, so this is all, you know, behind the scenes. This won't be showing once you put your satin circles on top. And we're ready for that. And I find it the best way for me to do it, so I make sure that my fabric is centered on that circle, like so, is, excuse me, out of frame, like so, is for me to turn it over and then put some glue on it here in the center. Nice dollop of glue. And then make sure you get it as centered as possible, and then press it down. And there you have it, your lollipop flower. And then you can just take the time to clean it up, because again it gets all spidery. And then when it's delivered to your friends or whomever, it has that sign, that signature on the back. So these were really fun to make. As you can see, I did make several, and on this one here I used a different type of feather that is like the brown or tan with the spotted look, and I didn't use a sequence on this one. So you just can make them so much different. Here's one with some white feather on it with a white pearl. So these were really fun, ladies. So if you have some extra silk laying around, like I happen to, and you want to do something with it, I would encourage you to make some of these lollipop flowers. They're very beautiful. Here's one with a blue feather and a light blue pearl in the center. And they're really fun to make. So thanks for watching, and we'll talk soon. Bye now.